I tried playing the game last night.
Yeah, I did. hunting, so you're good. I knew you said you have to. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight to the annual awards banquet. We're going to start with dinner, but before we do, I'm going to pray for us. I will say, wait for your table to be dismissed. We'll start towards the back and then work closer to me. And Mr. Max will be dismissing tables, so wait for him. Once again, just excited to celebrate with you all tonight. We have quite a few awards to give out and student athletes and FFA members to celebrate, and just excited to do that with you. So please join me in a word of prayer, and then we'll get started tonight. Father God, we come before you just so thankful for all that you do for us, God. We are so thankful to be able to gather with this group of believers to walk through life and to enjoy just these programs that we have here, God. We're thankful for each family, God, and we just ask that you would be present here tonight. We want to honor you as we celebrate together. God, we thank you for the meal we're about to eat. God, thank you for the hands that made it. And God, we just, once again, thank you for who you are. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you.
Just been recruiting people from like the cafeteria.
right, everyone has went through the line and there's still some food remaining, so if you want to go get seconds, you may help yourself.
tonight, one of the things that we love to do is to recognize our seniors. And we want to have you come up here, so we want to honor you. So I'm just going to go in alphabetical order. And like I said, if you wouldn't mind lining up right here, and we'll get the whole group of seniors out front. First senior is Lillian Bieber. Our next senior is Hayden Chuck. Our next senior is Kedrick Chuck. Our next senior is Ethan Gabriel. Corbin Gingrich. Judah Gregory. Brooke Hirschberger. Levi Howe. Wade Julius. Cody Coons. Ava Langston. We're about halfway through, and I just got really nervous that I may have left a senior out. So if I did, this could be all for nothing. Just go easy on me. Our next senior is Briley Mass. Sophie Mass. Sherry Miller. Anna Paris. Lucy Rutledge. Josiah Stewart. Sophia Stewart. Joe Theriol. Emily Yoder. Avonda Yoder. And Gray Yoder. Like I said before, we just really appreciate you seniors. I'm going to go ahead and just pray over you, and just a blessing as you head on to your next adventures. Father God, thank you so much for this group of seniors. God, I thank you for the impact that they've had on ACS athletics. I thank you for the unique ways that you've created each of them. God, I just pray that they would continue to discover those giftings and serve you with them, God. Just thank you for how you're working in their lives. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, thank you, seniors. You can go ahead and have a seat. The next grouping of awards that we're moving into is the ECIC Awards, Conference Awards. So that's the East Central Illinois Conference, and we will be recognizing players from our volleyball, boys soccer, boys basketball, and girls basketball. The sports of baseball, golf, girls soccer, and softball, we don't have enough conference members that have those sports for it to be considered a conference sport just based on our conference bylaws. So it's not to say that they're not worthy of all conference recognition. So volleyball, receiving honorable mention all conference, Aislinn Kaufman. Also receiving honorable mention all conference for volleyball, Maddie Goff. Receiving first team ECIC all conference for volleyball, Avery Hirschberger. Receiving first team all conference, Briley Max. And receiving first team all conference, Sherry Miller. All right, let's give one more round of applause for our all-conference members from the sport of volleyball. The next sport that we will be recognizing from all-conference, ECIC first team all-conference, Asher Stewart. ECIC first team all-conference, Gray Yoder. ECIC first team all-conference, Adrian Graber. ECIC first team all-conference, Joe Theriol. Congratulations, guys. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause to our boys soccer all-conference. Moving on to boys basketball. ECIC first team all-conference, Kedrick Chuck. ECIC all-conference in boys basketball, Boston Max. ECIC all-conference, Cody Coons. ECIC first team all-conference, Wade Julius. Once again, congratulations to our boys basketball ECIC all-conference members. All right, girls basketball, our final conference sport. ECIC first team member, Avery Hirschberger. ECIC first team all-conference member, Briley Max. final member of the all-conference team, ECIC all-conference, Sophie Max. Congratulations to our girls basketball ECIC all-conference members. All right, the next set of awards is also from the ECIC conference, and this is recognizing student athletes maintaining a 3.5 or better cumulative GPA, and this is for senior student athletes. So ECIC all academic team, Gray Yoder. Emily Yoder. Briley Max. Kedrick Chuck. All academic team, Sherry Miller. Brooke Hirschberger. Sophie Max. Corbin Gingrich. Cody Coons. Lucy Rutledge. Sophia Stewart. Wade Julius. Judah Gregory. Lillian Beaver. And Ava Langston. Once again, you can see, at least since I've been working here, this is the most members on the all-academic team. And so just really impressive that our seniors are leading the way, both on the court and playing field, but also in the classroom. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, this time we're going to take a little bit of a break from ACS athletics and move into a time of recognizing our FFA award winners. So Courtney Walker, if you'd head on up to the stage, I'll let you take it away.
My name is Courtney Walker, and I am a high school teacher here at Arthur Christian and the Arthur Christian FFA advisor. It is so encouraging to see the many different ways ACS fosters leadership, excellence, teamwork, and success in our students' lives. And the ACS athletics program has a long history of celebrating these traits. And in 2022, the ACS School Board added an FFA chapter to our school to offer more opportunities to develop these characteristics in our students' lives. And so thank you for allowing us to celebrate a few of those accomplishments tonight, along with your teams. Unlike sports teams, there is a little bit of mystery surrounding the FFA organization and its events. When one of my students says, I play basketball, even though I've never played, I know it's the one with the hoop and the bouncing and the squeaky shoes and the gambling and the baskets, right? Yes, even me. I know that. And when another one says, we won the soccer game last night, I know that that means that they got more goals in the net thing than the other team. See, Jamie, I know sports, right? And for the record, I know that I am way oversimplifying it, and I'm actually not that dumb. I know more than that. But my point is that a base level, right? I can know what's going on. I can be in the loop, even with a very surface level understanding. But unless you were a member yourself, you might know what the letters FFA stand for, but other than that, a lot of it is probably very foreign. And that's because FFA is not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Within the FFA organization, there are subcategories and layers of involvement that are designed to be highly individualized so that each person's experience is unique to their own interests and to their future careers. This is a super cool thing, but it can also make it a little difficult to communicate successes, as there's not a standard wins-loss record or a set of statistics to report each year. Add to that the inability of a cheering crowd to witness the events, and FFA members often end the year with impressive yet unnoticed achievements. But tonight, I invite you to join me in not only noticing, but celebrating these achievements, even if you fully don't understand them. So first, I'd like to recognize FFA members who participated in Section 17 Career Development Events. Career Development Events, or CDEs, are contests that test students in various agricultural and vocational fields. Section 17, one of 25 FFA sections in Illinois, features 16 schools in West Central Illinois, and these contests are held throughout the section at various locations, including primarily Parkland College. Some of the CDEs are team events, and others are individuals. Many of our team participants are not here this evening because a lot of them are actually in the field. But some of them are, and so if you are here, please stand when I say your name and list the CDEs that you were able to participate in. Austin Leach participated in forestry, land use, and agronomy. Maddie Mason participated in forestry and land use. Aiden Melvin participated in forestry, land use, agronomy, poultry, and agricultural mechanics and ag power, and won 10th place. Daniel Norris participated in forestry, land use, agronomy, poultry, horticulture, agricultural mechanics, and ag power, and won 4th place. Grace Morris participated in forestry, land use, and won 2nd place, agronomy, poultry, 4th place, horticulture, and meats. Caden Schultz participated in forestry, land use, agronomy, poultry, agricultural mechanics, and ag power, and Mackie Strong participated in forestry and land use. Please join me in congratulating these members on their involvement in these career development events. Next, I'd also like to recognize Grace Morris, who, like I said, is unable to be here tonight, but she represented our FFA chapter at the Section 17 job interview and public speaking leadership development events. Like CDEs, leadership development events, or LDEs, are contest-style events, but individuals focus on transferable soft skills that can apply to any field or future career. At the Section 17 Prepared Public Speaking LDE, Grace took 1st place with her speech, The War Between American and Brazilian Beef. She then went on to place 1st at the District 4 contest, so she will be the first Arthur Christian FFA member to compete at the state level this June at the Illinois FFA Convention in Springfield. Additionally, Grace took 1st place at the Section 17 Extemporaneous Public Speaking LDE. In this contest, FFA members draw a topic from a hat and have 30 minutes to both research and prepare a speech on the topic. They then have to deliver a 2 to 5 minute speech and answer questions about the topic that they drew from a hat. She won 1st place at the Section 17 contest and at the District 4 contest, So she will also be representing our chapter at the state contest in June. And we're very excited. And so finally, even though she's not here, I would like to take this moment to honor Grace as our chapter's outstanding member of the year. In addition to the accomplishments that I just named regarding her LDE performances, Grace also won first place at the Section 17 Diversified Agricultural Production Proficiencies Awards, which showcases efforts in supervised agricultural experiences related to crop and livestock production. She also served this year as the Section 17 Secretary and was elected to serve as the Section 17 Vice President for the 2026-2027 school year. In addition to competing at the state public speaking contests in June, Grace will also receive her Illinois FFA state degree at the Illinois State FFA Convention in Springfield, which is the highest honor the State FFA Association can bestow upon its members. These are just a few of the accomplishments and honors that a student like Grace has earned and can earn in their FFA membership. And that's not even touching on the many other wonderful things that Grace has done outside of FFA. So suffice it to say, Grace is not just an outstanding FFA member, and I wish she was here to hear me say this, she's also an outstanding young woman. So if you see her or hear her or get to talk with her soon, tell her that I think the world of her and congratulate her on a job well done, please. FFA members and guests, thank you for another year. Please remember our chapter in your prayers as we seek to embody the Arthur Christian FFA version of the FFA motto. Learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve, all for the glory of God.
Like whenever I think about the just being a part of this community and the options that you all have, but also even my kids will have as they grow older, I'm just so fortunate to have someone like Courtney leading the FFA program, and just the time and the knowledge and just the passion that she has for it. It's such a blessing to have. So can we give a round of applause to Courtney? All right, we are going to move on, and the first fall sport that we're going to hand out awards for is the sport of golf. Golf was added just this fall, and we had, I believe, 7 members go out for golf this year and competed in 5 events. And really kind of a great stepping stone into what we hope will be a very successful program. I had Austin Booth led the team this year, and Rich helped as well. They really poured into the students and really kind of helped them. A lot of them were playing competitive golf for the first time. And so you have this process of really learning the sport in a different way, much different than just how it's approached, recreationally, whenever you go out to a course and ride along in a golf cart. It's very different than that. And so it was really cool to see the way that our golfers adjusted and really grew and improved. And so we're going to go ahead and hand out 3 awards for that. I believe only one of those student athletes is in attendance, but we'll go ahead and recognize them. So our most improved golfer this year was Grant Yoder. Coach Good wanted me to pass along in choosing the next award is what we call the Best Teammate Award. And in his words, this person brought a level of joy, and golf can be kind of a mental struggle, and he always was having fun and encouraging others and just bringing lightheartedness to the course every day. And the best teammate is Owen Clark. And the golfer of the year in the first year of ACS golf, this student athlete competed very well, even sometimes when as a team we struggled or maybe finished towards the bottom of the event. He had a couple of different times where he finished individually at the top or second. And that student athlete is the golfer of the year, Ryder Paula. So we're excited about that program and the future growth of it as well. Moving on, our next sport is the sport of volleyball. Volleyball, once again, had a very successful year, and I want to welcome Cheryl Gingrich up to the stage to hand out some awards for volleyball.
I've never been aware of my heart rate being so high. My name is Cheryl Gingrich. I'm the head coach here at the volleyball program. Good God. Let's go start this soon. So I apologize. As I took time to reflect back on last season and just processing through everything and just the memories that we had as a team with them as coaches. I compiled some notes, and so the easiest thing for me to do is to read them to you guys. So I'm going to start there. To start off, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone. To our players, parents, fans, and for an incredible season. This season has been a season of growth, not just for each player individually, but also for us as coaches and our team as a whole. There's something truly special about what we accomplished together this year. I'll be honest, as I wrote this, I said last year, I wasn't sure where this team would be this year, what we'd accomplish, where we were headed. We had our challenges, and yes, we had our moments. But this season, we've all shown what true resilience looks like. You turn those challenges into triumphs, and it takes heart and grit and a lot of courage. To our seniors, and gosh, we have a lot of them. We're gonna miss you guys. Thanks for leading us with such grit and heart. Your leadership was not just in your words, but in your work ethic. Resilience to show up for each other at every practice and game. You've given us memories that will carry on beyond the court. Still, one of my favorites is this quick road trip this year. When all the senior moms had this, I think it's new hip hop dance of some kind they did this, like, the girls can maybe display it out for me. But it was the highlight. It was one of our highlights, and quite entertaining to watch from So thank you, moms. I know where you're all at. Thank you. Our guys stood up with t-shirts on that were all matching. That was also a highlight for everyone, including myself. Give us all a good laugh. All the bus rides, the energy, and the huddles, all the moments that remind us of why we love this game. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. Senior, you've left your mark on this program. And we are forever grateful to each one of you for. As most of you know, this is my first year in this role as head coach here at ACS. This is my 17th year as head coach. And I am who I am today because of the examples that I set. Who coached for 13 years before me, and mom. She wasn't just a coach, she was a force of nature. She loved the game, but more than anything, she loved her players, her girls. And she was always, without fail, one of the biggest fans. It wasn't about wins or losses for her. It was about the relationships that she built and the lives that she impacted along the way. And I truly am who I am today as a coach because of her. This season has been so much more than just a great run piece for our team. It's been a redemptive one for me personally. This season was a turning point. You guys have come together as a team like family. I watched you guys support one another, push each other, and show an incredible strength when it mattered the most. Especially for me, one of the toughest in my life, losing my mom. That was not easy, but you all showed incredible strength and rallied together for me in a way I'm eternally grateful for, and I couldn't be prouder of you as your coach. You've made me a believer in the power of what we do here. It's more than just volleyball, more than wins and losses. It's about the family we create. And just like my mom did with her teams, you showed me that this sport, this team, is about something bigger than ourselves. So thank you, girls. And on that note, I do want to end with a little bit of thank yous. So bear with me just a second. I want to thank each of you again for being a part of the season. Our amazing fan base, to our amazing parents raising incredible girls. Christian, you're awesome, flat out. The things that are seen and unseen, I know you do a lot behind the scenes, but thank you. Jamie, not even sure where to start. You're an incredible person in and of itself, inside and out, but you have stepped into roles and done things last couple of years. We so appreciate you, so thank you. Anna Beachy, she cannot be here tonight. She was her first year stepping into the role of helping Jamie, her sidekick. But she really poured into the girls, and we loved having her. So, miss her tonight. Terry, thanks for being there too, for everything we need, honestly, with our books, behind the scenes, things that just whatever was needed. You helped out in many ways, so thank you. And yes, the parents, thank you. The parents, she taught a lot of new parents this year to do stats for us that had never done it before. So thank you. I cannot name all the names, but thank you so much for those that helped out in various ways with our staff this year. stepping up in incredible ways over the past couple of years. Truly stepping into roles that I don't think she expected in the moment. But I'm so grateful for her. I wouldn't be able to do it without her. And I don't thank him enough. My husband, 17 years in, and he's been one of my biggest support systems and been with me the whole way. So thank you, babe. And with that, we move right into awards.
All right, I get the fun job of announcing the awards and talking about why we picked who we picked. As always, we wish we could give an award to all of you because you're all, worthy of something, and so I just want to say that up front. I wish we could give it to all of you. But we did really talk about each one, and actually I think we completely agreed separately, and then we're able to discuss why, and it was the same. So, first off is best offensive. This player has been one of our strongest offensive players since first stepping onto the varsity court. She consistently led the team offensively while also growing tremendously as a leader this season. What makes her special is that people naturally follow her. She leads without even trying. Her confidence, work ethic, and presence on the court set the tone for our team all year long. And we just looked it up tonight. She actually led in multiple categories, but with like 3.1 kills per set, 245 for the year. The next closest was 128. So if that tells you how good of a job she does. Best offensive goes to Bryla Mast. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start the other one, that way we're not all awkwardly watching. Next is best defensive. This year's defensive award goes to a player who constantly surprised us with the ball she was able to keep alive and the quality of passes she delivered. She grew tremendously physically throughout the season and became a great example for the other defensive players. Beyond her play, she brought energy and joy to the team, always making people laugh and helping bring everyone together. Best defensive goes to Yvonne Yoder. Next is the Hustle Award. This player has won this award before and is the definition of hustle. Even if a ball seemed impossible to save, somehow she would appear out of nowhere, literally, to keep it alive. She gave 100% effort to every ball that came near her and never quit on a play. Her determination, grit, and willingness to sacrifice her body for the team made her someone we could always count on. Hustle goes to Sherry Miller. Next up is Most Valuable Reserve. This player embraced every role we asked her to play and did it well. Being a reserve player is not easy because you have to be ready at any moment, and she handled that challenge with a great attitude all season. We were able to put her in nearly every position on the court because of her versatility and willingness to do whatever the team needed. Most Valuable Reserve goes to Emerson Dinger. Next, we kept the names that we changed last year for our awards. So this next one is Most Teachable. And it's a lot like Most Improved, but we just feel like it can encompass somebody a little bit better. So this player is the kind of athlete every coach loves to work with. She listens carefully, takes coaching seriously, and gives everything she has to apply what she's been taught. Along with being a natural athlete, she has a great understanding of the game, and we are really excited to see how much she continues to grow in the future. Most Teachable goes to Avery Hirschberger. Next up is our renamed MVP, so Volleyball Coaches Award. This player showed incredible maturity and selflessness this season. Even when things didn't always go exactly how she wanted, she continued to support and lead her teammates wholeheartedly. She became a player we relied on heavily, not just for her play on the court, but for the encouragement, stability, and energy she brought to the entire team. Volleyball Coaches Award goes to Sophie Mast. best teammate. This player was a constant encourager no matter the situation, practice, games, on the court or off. She celebrated every teammate's success, whether it was a small improvement or a huge moment. As a captain and senior leader, she helped create a positive and supportive team culture that made everyone around her better. Best teammate goes to Brooke Hirschberg.
All right, continuing on with fall sports, we had openings for both our boys soccer head coach and girls soccer head coach this year, and we were beyond fortunate to have a coach like Brandon Curiel step in, and I told him he could do both sports at the same time, or have a break in between. So I think we're going to do boys soccer and then allow him to go back down and get a break and then come back and do girls soccer when we get to spring sports. But join me in welcoming and just an appreciation for Coach Curiel.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Brandon Curiel. This is my first time here, so forgive me for any mistake that I will make tonight. Kurt, would you mind coming over here, please? Thank you, Kurt, for all your help. I know that you had not much time and still you managed to be there for us, so thank you so much. And thank you, every parent and everybody in the staff that helped during the season, because honestly, as it was my first time, without your help, I don't know if it would have been so good as it was. So thank you so much. Well, when Christian asked me well, he texted me first, hey, you want to talk about the teams? And I went to the office and I was thinking, if the goal of the school is not to prepare players for college, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to waste my time. Well, I was wrong. He said that one of the goals of the school is to prepare leaders, especially spiritual leaders, and that was exactly what I was doing in my country, in Colombia. So I was like God saying, you have to not speak and just let me work. So I was completely wrong, and I was very, very, very excited and motivated when he said that was one of the goals, because it matched with exactly with what I was doing in Colombia. So it was great to have that. However, he said, well, you're going to have the boys. They don't listen to anybody. I've been in summertime with them and they don't listen to anybody. I was wrong again. They are amazing. Parents, you guys did a very, very good job, and you guys are very good boys, and I'm very proud and happy that I had you as my first team, and it was an amazing experience. Now, result-wise, I was thinking, well, I'm a Colombian, all that we do is play soccer, we don't play anything else, so I'm sure we're not going to lose any game. First game, we lost 6-0. We lost the first 5 games, and I was, what am I doing here? But it was great, because at the end, we turned the season, and it was just, result-wise, it was very positive, but especially character-wise. We have some situations in the team, and I know that some parents from the sidelines will witness that, but inside, what I saw was just amazing, and I was very, very, very lucky to have that team as my first team. And I'm very thankful for the way that you guys responded, and for all that you guys did as well, and how how much growth I saw during the season. So thank you for that. And now we can, by the end of the season, we had 12 wins and 8 losses. But again, beyond of the numbers and the results is the character, the way that they grew up in character and step in leadership as well. It was just amazing. But now we can move to finally the awards. Our first award is for someone that never played soccer before. And the first time that I heard about this guy, somebody said, "Oh, he's so good, he can learn anything." And I was thinking, yeah, I bet he couldn't play soccer. I was born again. He was amazing. It's incredible the way that he adjusts and how quickly he got everything. He even scored a couple of goals from volleys, and that's not easy in soccer. So it was a very, very, very good experience. Most improved goes to Cody Kunz. The next one is a kid that I don't know how he does it, but he has an incredible instinct to be in the right place in the right moment. He came out from the bench most of the time, and anytime I was expecting that something was going to happen, and most of the time something did. He even broke his arm coming out from the bench, so even that happened. So it was just for a couple. He was out of the season for a couple of games, and he came back even stronger. Our most valuable reserve is Sam Skierowski. The next one is someone that is a team player, a full team player in every aspect. There's a game that I have in my mind and I will not forget. It was against Ala, and they had a couple of ball through, and as soon as I saw my defender going, I said, "We're safe," and we were safe. He's an amazing defender, an amazing leader in that line, and in general in the field and outside of the field. And I was very lucky as a coach to have him, because we had teams that challenged us defensively speaking, and he responded amazing. Our best defender, Gray Joller. Now, and this one, on my list it says best midfielder, and that's how I want to call it. The medals are going to say hustle. There was a little confusion there, but it's going to be a best midfielder. And this is for a guy that doesn't really talk much. I don't even remember how his voice sounds, because he doesn't talk much. But in the field, you definitely will notice it. You definitely will see him running everywhere. You definitely will see him going back and forth. If I need it in defense, he will be in defense. If I need it in the middle, he will be in the middle. And he just does an incredible job. And I'm just, again, I was so lucky to have this group. And our best midfielder is Josiah Stewart. The next one is a very, very young guy. I don't know how he does this, because he managed to dribble against very, very fast and stronger guys, but still he managed to get his way, and it was just very fun to watch him in the attack. He scored, he had a goal contribution that we call is goal plus assist of 19 in total. It was 14 goals and 5 assists, and I'm just happy that he will be back next season, because I'm gonna need you. Best offense goes to Asher Steele. Next one. This guy, I asked him a question. If you had to choose between a coach award and a skill award, what would you choose? He said, well, I'm not good at anything, so I'll probably choose the coach award. And I was like, can't believe that he didn't think that he's good at stuff like that. He was very good actually, and he was voted second MVP of the season. By the way, I made the kids vote, then I collected the votes and kind of went with what they did. So it was very interesting to see the contrast and how they saw him as the second MVP of the season. And he represents the values of what this team is, or what I try to do. And I think he did a great job being a wonderful teammate. And that's why he got best teammate. Great job. Last one but not least is a player that was a box-to-box player. When he was in the field and when he was not in the field, we definitely could see the difference. And he ended up scoring, I think, 16 goals, if I'm right. I don't know, maybe I made some mistake in the math. But overall, he's a very, very reliable player, and as a leader as well. We had some situations in the season, and the way that he responded was just what we expect from a student from ACS. So he did an amazing job leading in the field and outside the field, and that's why he's our MVP. Joe, here you go. And that's all I have. These guys, again, parents, you have done an amazing job, and I'm very, very lucky that I got them, and you guys are very good boys.
All right, moving on to our first winter sport, girls basketball. Join me in welcoming up Coach Nick Kaufman.
All right. I'm gonna keep this short. First, I'll say thank you to parents and players. Basketball season is a long season. Lots of games, lots of practices. It's a big time commitment. I just want to say thank you for it. Thank you for all your positivity, all the cheering, everything. It was just such a fun season this year. I also want to say thank you to Todd and Eric. These guys do a fantastic job. They help me a ton. They do a great job. The girls love them. I love them. They're fantastic. They are irreplaceable, and I can't thank them enough for what they do. I do want to say a special thank you to Coach Todd. He's been coaching with me for 4 years now. The first year he stepped in as the season started. We needed another coach. We had some issues, and some coaches stepped down, and we needed another one. And I asked him at a tournament, can you come sit on the bench with me? And I convinced him to stay with me for another 4 years. And he was fantastic. I loved having him on the team. I loved coaching alongside him and just growing close to him as a friend. Fun fact, back in 2006 and 2007, he was my coach. And now I get to coach alongside him. And it's kind of a little fun fact. Do you have anything to say? A few stats for the season. We finished first in our conference with a record of 7-1. We got second at the CLA tournament and second in the MCSC tournament. We ended the season with a 25-8 record. Yeah, really cool record, really good winning, successful season. But really, wins aren't just how we measure success. This team was one of the most fun teams. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. One of the most fun teams I've ever coached. The attitude, the passion, just everything about this team was so much fun. It was one of my favorite teams to ever coach. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore because I will cry. I'm gonna go weenie. So yeah, after that, I'm going straight into awards. First award is Best Offensive. This player, they didn't lead us in scoring, even though we did tell them to shoot more. But they were, I would say, one of the best, highest IQ players I've ever coached. A great passer, and they did lead us in assists. This player is just, they knew basketball. They've been around it their whole lives. So that goes to Briley Mask. Next award is Best Defensive. This player led us in rebounds. When they weren't in the game, it was a big hole we were missing when they weren't in. They clogged the middle up quite a bit. They made it real tough on teams to score. Yeah, they were just a really good defensive team, player, and pulled down many rebounds this year. That award goes to, I lost it, Libby Henry. Libby Melvin. Libby. Let me find my awards here. All right. Next award is Hustle Award. This player, no matter where she was, when she was playing, she was giving us 100% of her energy. Any loose ball, at any moment, she was diving on that ball. Most games, we had her guarding the point guard full court, expending so much energy and just wearing down the other team's point guard. Great attitude, great hustle, all-around great player. That goes to Sophie Mast. Next award is Most Improved. This player really improved from last year to this year and then just continued to improve as the season went on, especially in her shooting. There was multiple games where we just couldn't hit anything and she'd come in and hit some big shots. In particular, there was one game I remember, we could not hit a three to save our lives. And she comes in the second quarter and goes 4 for 5 from 3 and brings us back real quick in the game. And that award goes to Elsie Beaver. Next award is Best Reserve Player. This player would come in, give us great minutes when we needed it, give us a big spark off the bench, would hit some good shots, play really good defense, just give us a really good spark when we needed it, and fill a lot of spots. That one goes to Violet Flume. Next award is Best Teammate. This player always had a great action. Backtrack a little bit. Best Teammate, that award could go to a lot of our players. Every player on our team had great attitudes, great teammates, cared about the team and not just themselves. And this player, they were tough, they played through physical injuries, they were always positive. When they weren't on the court, they were the loudest cheerer on the bench. Always encouraging and holding their players accountable. They were also kind of what we call the mom of the team, and so that award goes to Lillian Bieber. This player is one of the most skilled players I've ever coached. She led the team in steals, blocks, and points, and she averaged 20 points a game. She also scored her 1,000th point this year as a sophomore. She's incredibly talented, but not just that, she's incredibly humble as well. It's not about getting her own, she was playing for the team as well. And so that award goes to Avery Hirschberg. And that's it for us.
Moving on to boys basketball, join me in welcoming up Greg Max.
I'll try not to mess up any names as bad as Nick did. But I was waiting for Nick's joke. Every year he says it and he didn't say it today. I'm gonna keep these awards like me, short and sweet. Was that the joke? I was disappointed. Just a couple things. First, I want to acknowledge the guy here to my left. Seth Binion has coached for a lot of years. I don't know how many, probably 15 or so. And this was his last year as an assistant, and he's been a good friend and consistently guided our young men to play really hard, play for God, and reminded them that they need to start playing better because he doesn't want to waste his time coming to games if they're not going to give any effort. But we love you, Seth, and let's give Seth a round of applause. I'll give a little backdrop before I share just a quick story. I am one of the most competitive people I've ever met. You can ask my brother Todd. I would cry losing NBA Live 95 games on the Nintendo, and just over competitive. And some of the times I fight that even to this day of caring too much about wins and losses. And I'm grateful for guys like Christian Lowry who consistently got our programs to the right things. And I learned a good lesson this year that I already knew. But we had a very balanced team. We had a lot of players and a lot of players at the same level of play, which is kind of a blessing and kind of a nightmare as a coach. How do I help these young men understand that whatever their role is on the team, we love them and they're important. And some of our roles are going to look really humble, and some of our roles are going to get a lot of honor and notice from people. How do I keep us all on the same page? I've had other teams, one other team I can think of that was very similar to this, and we never got it. We just never jived. There was too many guys worried about the playing time and themselves, and I worried that I wouldn't lead these guys well. We'll skip forward towards the end of the year. One of my consistent quotes to them is, a good teammate is willing to take less credit so another teammate can get more credit. And these guys exemplified that. Rough start, played amazing basketball down the stretch. And, we headed into our final tournament of the year as the 7th seed. We lost, as they will attest, a number of games along the way that we probably shouldn't have. Back it up to our conference tournament. We were 4th place, ended up winning our conference tournament. Cody Coons with the shot of the decade against Cornerstone, right over there in that corner. One of photos I'll never forget. Don't rewatch the video. I jumped around like a fool. So, but we ended up going into that last tournament as the 7 seed. And these boys knocked off the 2 seed by like 19 points, beat the 3 seed by 2 points, went into the championship game against the number 1 seed. And the cool, like, Disney story would be if we won on a last-second shot. And we did, and we lost by about 30. We were up after the first quarter, and it didn't last. But these gentlemen stepped off the court. Seniors we brought off the court, and they took one step off, and you see the tears start to fall. And we hug, and we go down to the locker room, and that moment, that time in the locker room is probably one of my proudest moments as a coach. One thing I'll never forget. And it was because I just opened up the floor through the tears for these gentlemen to share. And senior after senior shared about, not a word about losing, how much they loved each other, what being on the basketball team and being a part of that family meant to them, how much they're going to miss playing with each other, how much they want to stay connected. And that is ACS athletics. Not a single person in that room was shedding a tear because of the loss. It was some tears of joy and some laughs and something I'll never forget, including the 30 push-ups that I did, which we won't say why. And I also just thought this was funny and a good point. We had a freshman who was there just to cheer us on. We said, you're here, come into the locker room. And I'm walking out of the locker room and I look over at him and he is just in the corner sobbing. And I'm like, man, are you okay? He's like, those senior speeches, man. And he was just bawling. But it was an awesome thing, a sign of their high character. A lot of these guys played soccer with Brandon, and I echo what he said. It's not just like empty words. These are amazing young men, which is a sign of amazing families. I'm really proud that I got to be their coach. So let's jump into the awards. The first award is, we'll go best offense first. I will take half credit for this award because I taught him everything he knows. Best offense for this year was Boston, Mass. The next award is Best Defense. This is a player that really epitomizes what, from a basketball standpoint, what do we want our players to be like. Just amazing growth from freshman to senior year and worked as hard, probably harder than anyone I've ever coached. And turned himself from a very mediocre junior high player to an amazing player and by far our best defender, Kendrick Chubb. Kendrick spent a lot of time in the gym here, so that's a good example of what it takes. And apparently he's going golfing after the event tonight. Next award is our Hustle Award. This guy brought energy to everything, always. Led us from the sideline, led us on the court, annoyingly energetic in practice, after every loose ball, almost injuring himself and others. The Hustle Award goes to Trig Mast. Next award is the Most Improved Award, and this player really has taken leaps and bounds since his freshman year, works incredibly hard, has the best biceps on the team as well. He probably had the most shots where as coaches we said, no, don't take that. Oh, it went in. Yeah, good shot, good job. But he really has improved a lot and led us in many ways. So Most Improved, Otto Finley. Next award goes to the best reserve. This is a player that I'm going to give it away, but he didn't play his junior year. And we were about a day away from practice, and I said, hey, man, even if you don't want to play this year, because he'll tell you he doesn't love basketball. But I told him day one practice, just show up and be our, I don't know, keep stats, do video, do something just to be a part of the team. And he said, yeah, I'll think about it. And then he's like, can I just come to the first practice and see if I want to play? It's like, yeah, sure. He showed up, and somehow we convinced him to love it again and brought a lighthearted nature to the team. He's grown so much. I'm really proud of him. I'm really glad he hit a huge three in the corner against Meridian. I'll never forget that one. But one of my proudest moments was just getting to be a part of his baptism here in the school at the last community chapel. And best reserve, Ethan Gabriels. Best teammate. One of the things we wanted to do, I talked to Christian about this, is like we've got to make sure we honor the things that we say we really care about. And one of the things that I really care about is helping people recognize that sometimes their roles are really humbling. And this player had to do a really humbling role this year. Not a ton of minutes, just being frank. Worked as hard as anybody, came to practice with a good attitude, encouraged others, watched younger players take spots that he really wanted on the court. And he doesn't know I know this, but there was a practice when things weren't going well, and I really got on him, and I just said, I'm tired of everybody caring more about themselves than they do for their teammates. I know it's a hard thing to take a humble role like that. But I also know he told his teammates at that time, he's like, this is hard, but I want to live what the coaches were saying. And we saw it in him. Constantly putting others before himself, leading so much behind the scenes, getting the guys together, making sure we stay connected, inviting people over, did all kinds of things to make us a better team. Best teammate goes to Hayden Chuck. Who's also apparently going hunting after. Last but certainly not least, our MVP award for this year. This player, throughout his time on the team, really struggled with consistency, believing in himself, staying confident, knowing his role. And his senior year, everything switched. And he was a steady force throughout the year. We had an up and down year at times, and players had some, the ebbs and flows of the season, and this was a guy we always knew. Whatever we needed, handling the ball, hitting a big shot, playing tough defense, whatever we needed, we knew he'd bring it that night. And so the MVP for this season goes to Wade Julius.
All right, for spring sports, we're going to welcome back up once again for girls soccer, Coach Brandon Curriel.
I would like to invite someone that made my time as a coach possible. Without her support and help, I probably would not be able to do this, and she actually was not officially assistant, but she was assisting us during the season with stats and whatever, things like that, like the team needed. My wife, my beautiful wife, please come over here. Thank you so much for all of that. Well, this time I did not think that we were not going to lose any game. I knew we might lose some games, and I was prepared for that. And actually, the season was pretty successful results-wise. We had 10 victories, 4 losses, and 2 ties, second in the tournament. And overall, a very, very, very good season. Character-wise, it was also very interesting. Very emotional season. Sometimes we had some players crying after some games, and at the end, even in the last game, I cried after the game, so it was pretty emotional for everybody, including me. But it was very, very, very good. The girls responded very well. They adjust so quickly to the different formations that I was trying to run. And at the end, I think we all grew up emotionally and spiritually, and I'm just so proud of the job that you guys did. Thank you for all you did. We're gonna go with we're gonna go first with our most improved. It's for a player that never played before, and I'm not sure how she decided that the first time that she plays soccer, goalie is the best position that she can start. It's the hardest position in soccer, but she decided to start there, so we support her, and we saw her grow a lot. She was, I'm just so lucky that she was in the team, because without her in the team, we will have had to move some players in that position and affect the rest of the game, so she really was a blessing for us, and she improved a lot. And I hope she comes back next season. Most improved for Living Open. Next player is a player that honestly she has everything to be our starter. She has it all, but her coach loved giving her a hard time, making her work harder. It's interesting because in the line, when the game starts, 2 minutes in the game, and she's like, "Brandon, I'm ready, whenever you want." I know you are ready. I get her out, and then again, couple of minutes later, "Brandon, I'm ready, whenever you are." I know, but every time she went to the game, she truly impacted positively the game, and she did an amazing job. She actually scored 9 goals coming from the line, and that's a lot. And I was so glad that she grew us so much from one season to the other. Our most valuable reserve goes to Cora Schweitzer. Our next player is a box-to-box player. She's a midfielder, and she just goes. I don't even know if she gets tired. I don't think she gets tired. She just goes and goes and goes. And then at the end of the game, she still managed to have energy to keep running or stuff like that. And like, these kids have like, I don't know what she does, but whatever she does, keep doing it, because it's amazing your physical conditions. And she is one of our most technique players, and I'm again blessed to have her in our team. And she did an amazing job this season. Best midfielder goes to Maddie Mason. Our next player is very strong, very strong. Sometimes I was afraid for the players from the other team. I was, hopefully they will be fine. She was very fast and strong, and in the defense, so much peace when it came to clearance or just helping the defense and chase whoever she had to chase. And it was just very, very, very fun to watch. And most of the time she wants her challenge. And I am, again, one more time, happy that we have such a player with us. Very good defender. Our best defender is Marigold. Next player is technically a midfielder. So for a midfielder to have this award is not necessarily normal. But she has such a wonderful placement and long range that she could score from very far away. I think if she tries, she could score from midfield. I'm gonna get her to do that next season because it will be a very nice goal. She had goals, I don't even know, maybe 40 yards away or something like that. Some beautiful free kicks, and it was just amazing to see those goals. Our most offensive player is Ace Nicholson. I don't know what's going on there. The next award, I won't really say much. I want to share something that she, just a little bit of context. I told her, hey, I'm so happy that you include the younger ones, that you make them feel welcome and that you are with them, and that you get along so well with them. And she said, when I was a new player, and I was younger, I wasn't very good at all. And an older player included me, and she made me feel welcome. And I thought, I want to be like that player one day. So I like to include the others. And that's why best teammate goes to you, Marigold. And finally, we have what I consider water player. In every single position, she will play amazing. Goalkeeper, defender, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, a striker. That's her nature, striker. And she will have no problem sacrificing her goals to help the team. She told me, just put me wherever as long as we win. And I'm just happy, lucky that we had her, that she was willing to play in any position, that she was willing to help wherever I need her, and that she displayed it like a huge performance in the way that she did. She actually broke the ACS record of more goals in the whole history of the ACS. She scored, or she reached 55 goals for the whole ACS history, and 20 of those were this season. And one more time, so blessed with the group of players that I have and with this player. MVP, Lucy Rutledge. And I just want to say the competition in this team was so high that it was very, very difficult to choose awards. So once again, I made them vote, and I literally respect 100% the result of those votes, because honestly, any of them that will get the award really deserve it. Thank you so much.
right, heading into the spring season or even just in the fall, we knew we were going to have to replace baseball coach, head coach, and after several conversations, maybe not so willingly, Troy Coons agreed to lead the team. I think even we, myself and others, were able to see some attributes in Troy that we knew would benefit the team, even if he hadn't seen those yet himself. And so, join me in welcoming up Troy Coons.
I guess that's why I have the best assistants out of all the sports. One of them agreed to have a speech.
Well, you can see who drew the short straw. A couple real quick things. I take the award for being the oldest coach. I'm 76. My bedtime is in 25 minutes. I can guarantee you this is going to be quick, and I will not cry. There's no crying in baseball. You know, I want to thank Coach Lowry for allowing me to be one of Troy's assistants. And, you know, I think coaching is the opportunity that we have to influence student athletes with the love of Christ. And I think this is a unique opportunity we have here at ACS to do just that. As far as the awards go, the Apostle Paul said this in his first letter to the church at Colossae, to the church in Colossae. He wrote this: "By the grace God has given me, I laid the foundation as a white building, and someone else is building on it. But each one should build with their own care, for no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Christ Jesus. If anyone builds on this foundation using gold, silver, costly stones, wood, hay, or straw, their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light. It will be revealed by fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. If what has been built survives, the builder will receive an award." And that's how we look at these athletic awards. These are awards that are earned, they're not given out. We think that we have done a good job of selecting these athletes, these student athletes, and I think they represent this, what the Apostle Paul said. They've worked hard, they played hard, and they deserve what we're about to award them. Best Teammate Award. This award may be probably the most difficult of any of them to give. We had a roster full of best teammates deserving of this award, and I would like for the following players to stand as I read your names. Spencer Gingrich, Mason Coons, Otto Finley, Ben Goff, Braley Epke, Aaron Stutzman, Ian Schrock, Daniel Morris, Jeremy Hirschberger, Owen Hacker. Come on, guys, stand up. Stay stood. Stay stood. Cameron Chuck, Case Helmet, Carlin Chuck, and Twig Max. Here's the amazing thing. That's our junior varsity team, and a lot of those guys only had maybe 5 or 6 ABs the entire season. Can you imagine going through the entire season and getting 5 at-bats? They did that. That's what happened to them. But they showed up every single day, every single practice. That's the true teammate. If I could change anything about this program, it would be this. We need more games for those kids. They need more opportunities to play because they gave just as much effort as the varsity players that played each week. Unfortunately, we can only give this award to one player. And the player we're going to choose as the best teammate is Trig Mass. The Most Improved Player Award is another award that we had several players deserving of this award. And you know, when I think of Most Improved, I'm thinking beyond just the technical, tactical skills that it takes to play baseball. I think there is a way to grow intellectually in the game of baseball. And I think this player proved cognitive. I think he improved with knowledge of the game. I think he played to the best of his ability, and he advanced throughout the season. And again, I think that this award recipient is very deserving, and that would be Tyler Gingrich. The Leadership Award may seem like another very subjective award, but in this case, our award winner during Open Gyms last winter stepped to the front right from the very first get-go. The IHSA says that these activities need to be player-led, and they were player-led because of this individual. And again, I think when we talk about leadership, and I think the type of leadership this young man displayed was the same type of leadership that Christ told us about, and that's servant leadership. And I think that he led by just that, by serving the other players on the team. And you know, it's real easy to say I'm a leader. What the difficult part is to have young men to follow that leader. And I guarantee you, without a doubt, these young men followed Joe Thierville. The Golden Glove Award. You know, I've had an opportunity over my coaching career to work with a lot of very gifted athletes. And many have had the opportunity to go and play college ball, and I've been very fortunate as a college coach to have several go on to play in the big leagues. I'm not going to predict that this athlete is going to play in the big leagues, but he may be the best corner infielder I've ever coached. His ability to play the hot corner, the plays he makes, is outstanding. He brings something to the game that very few athletes have. This young man's needle is pointing straight up. He's going to go just as far as his desire takes him. Our Golden Glove winner is Ian Hirschberg. You know, as I mentioned earlier, some of these awards may be pretty subjective. The next two awards we're going to give are very objective because the stats back it up. We know stats don't lie. The pitcher award winner today led the team in games started, innings pitched, pitches thrown, batters faced, and strikeouts. One statistic that was not recorded, he started against the best teams we played. So his one-loss record isn't what it should have been, but yet he was there each and every time. His numbers make him our pitcher of the year or pitcher of the season award, which competitive worth that he brought to the team was even more valuable. Cody Kuntz. $58 plate appearances, .435 batting average, .526 on base percentage, .435 slugging percentage, 13 stolen bases. Not a bad day's work, huh? To say our next award winner was productive would be an understatement. You know, it's rare when a coach can have a leadoff hitter with those kind of stats, but when he gets on base, he can run. And this young man can run. It's every coach's dream to have that type of guy to start at the top of the lineup. And the good news is we've got him for 2 more years. Our Slugger Award winner is Grayson Strock. Our last award for tonight is one that most players covet, to be recognized as the team's most valuable player. You know, I've had a long history with this young man and his family. He began playing for my summer organization when he was 11 years old. For the first time I saw him in the diamond, I knew he was a very, very gifted athlete. A young man that God had blessed with unbelievable amount of talent at a very young age. As fate would have it, he decided to take his talents elsewhere after he played for me for 3 seasons. Maybe I wasn't good enough coach. But as God would have it, he brought him back to me, and I had the pleasure of coaching him his senior year. You know, I'm not sure what his future endeavors are, but I can tell you one thing. His character, his integrity, his love for Jesus will take him wherever he wants to go. Our MVP is Cody Coots.
A big thank you to all the assistant coaches and the parents. I had a phenomenal group of boys. It's kind of hard to get at bats for 23 players with only 9 can play at a time, but thanks for everything.
For those of you who don't know, that's Coach Reeder, and it's been a pleasure having him help out our baseball team, and I've learned a ton. We've had several meetings in my office, and I've just tried to soak up all the wisdom that he has in coaching. So very fortunate. Andy Schrock as well, and Brock Helmuth helped, and so the baseball really did have some awesome coaches pouring into, and also someone who's served in lots of capacities is Kurt Theriault, and just been so fortunate to have his wisdom and just passion to pour into these young men. So let's give the assistant coaches a round of applause. And our last program of the night, our last team, join me in welcoming up softball head coach Brandon Beaver.
Oh.
Well, it's hard to believe another year has passed and we find ourselves here this evening. I want to thank everyone that supports the AC athletic programs. Without you, we would not be able to pour into the athletes the way we do. I love coaching the sport of softball because of the many ways you can turn a lesson learned on the field and apply it to real life. We're going to finish the season with a winning season or break even at 500. We would not be able to have that good of a year if it wasn't for the great coaches that pour hours of their time to spend with the girls to get them better. Thank you, Coach Shane Beaver, Coach Steve Miller, and Coach Jessica Hirschberger. Your dedication never goes unnoticed. This year, I don't feel we ever had to have the talk about losing. Yes, the score would reflect that we fell short of the victory, but we always fell in the category of either winning or learning from our mistakes. We had a couple of close games with some really good teams that I even told the girls in the bottom of the 7th that no matter what the score shows, they won the game. So good job, ladies. As repetition makes playing the game easier, you still have to grow yourself with a level of confidence. This player made huge growth this year, learning that the outcome is not always how we want it to be. but recognizing the positive that came from the negative. We watched fly balls get tracked down and caught. We saw multiple foul balls and a great quality at bat that allowed base runners to advance on pass balls. A drop third strikeout that we ran to first base to allow our teammate on third to score. Making small adjustments with our stance to get the base hits. This year's most improved player goes to Grace Cole. In batting practice, I hide a soft foam ball in the bucket. The players don't know when I'm going to throw the ball, but I'll intentionally hit them with the foam ball. I threaten them, if they don't get hit by the foam ball, then I'm going to hit them with the real one. This might be why I'm sure that we probably lead the area with the most hit by pitch. Grace is one of the top leaders for our team with 5 this year. Way to go, way to find a way to get on base, kiddo. Thank you. The next player has been around the game a while, but always impresses all the coaches. It wasn't the fact that she was a leader on the team with over a 400+ batting average, crushing the ball, driving in a ton of runs. It was the different level of play that she presented to us on defense. She not only had more strikeouts than innings pitched, but she would always defend the mound with a solid glove. Or if she was at first base, she would stop the ball at all costs, digging out the balls to get us the out. This year's Golden Glove Award goes to Lily Hirschberger. Lily never ceased to amaze me. It could be raining and it's hard to pitch in the rain. I'd look over at Lily and say, "Hey, do you mind pitching?" She always responded with a friendly smile and said, "Yeah, I can do that." It never mattered the difficult situation. Lily was always ready to give her best to help her team. Thanks again, kiddo. The next player has some real impressive numbers for the team offensively. Leading in RBIs, leading in home runs, leading in doubles, top 3 in hits, but really what held out was her 1.5 average strikeouts per inning, an average of 1 hit given up per inning, over 61 strikeouts this season. Pitcher of the year goes to Elsie Beaver. Elsie drives me crazy at times. There was this time at the plate, I had just instructed her that the last 3 batters faced, the pitcher threw a first pitch strike. So expect that and attack it. I need some runs scored. First pitch to Elsie goes right down the middle. She watched it as the umpire said strike 1. She steps out of the box to take a sign from me, and I am boiling mad. Elsie gives me a sign to tell me to chill out. I've got this. Next 2 pitches were balls, counts 2-1. Next pitch is coming right down the middle. Elsie loads as big as she can, ready to release all the power that she can to the ball, and then she just suddenly stops, watches the ball go by, and umpire says strike 2. Elsie's helmet now sinks into her shoulders a little bit as she turns around to look down to me. She's smiling, and I say, "You drive me crazy, kid. I've got nothing. You're on your own." The next pitch was a ball. The count's full. The next pitch delivered. Elsie hit it over the left center fence for a home run. As she's rounding second, coming to third base, she says, "See, I was waiting on that pitch." Thanks, Elsie. With over 70 plate appearances and only 2 strikeouts this season, 4 home runs, 5 triples, 5 doubles, and over a .430 batting average, this year's Queen of the Bat goes to Avery Hirschberger. Being the leadoff hitter has an important role. She's the first batter that we get to see what type of pitches we're going to be up against. Without her getting on, we can't score. In one of the past games, Avery was catching, and when I gave the pitch sign to her, she sat up at the plate. The other team started calling out, batting to the batters, inside or outside. This only happened a few times before Avery caught on and called time to go talk to the pitcher. When she went out to talk to the pitcher, She took her glove and covered her mouth so that the other team could not read her lips or hear what she was saying to the pitcher. Impressed with Avery's level of play and recognition of the situation, I quickly remembered the year before when Avery was playing shortstop. We had runners at first and third. I called timeout, went to the mound, and called my infield in. We're in the circle, and I'm talking into my hand, explaining what we're going to do so the other team does not hear me. To which I think we're all on the same page when Avery takes 2 or 3 steps out of the circle and proceeds to reenact what we were about to do. So we're going to throw it down here to me, and I'm going to do this, and then we're going to throw it back home, and then we're going to get that runner out. I said, yes, Avery, but I thought we would do that as a surprise and not tell them. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad to see that you redeemed yourself this year, kiddo. You're always a joy to be around, Avery. You're a true athlete and a wonderful person. Thank you. This award honors the players whose performance, leadership, and dedication were essential to our team's success. They didn't just lead in stats, they led by example, pushing teammates to better each time. Thank you for your resilience, your skills, and the impact you made on this season. The MVP award goes to Lillian Beaver. Lillian has always been the glue that bonds the team together. She has studied this game for many years. There were a few times I was able to let her call the game from the dugout. She always wanted to be able to say that she tried it all. Last year, she stepped up and suited up in catcher's gear to catch Avery on the mound. She was then able to say she had played every position on the field in her career. This past fall and winter at home in the batting cage, she started finishing her workout with hitting from the left side. She asked if she could hit from the left side in a game sometime. I said, no. Someone that's batting over 450 from the right side does not need to be a switch hitter. She kept working at it anyway. This season, she was able to hit from the left side. Now, the truth be told, coaches can be wrong sometimes, because on the books, she has a better batting average from the left side. I'm gonna miss you, kiddo. Thanks. This player defines what it means to be a teammate. She always had a positive attitude and is a real support for the team. Her success might not always be headline appearances, but she would come through giving 100% effort in all that she would do. This year's Best Teammate Award goes to Sherry Miller. I can't recall a time when I would see Sherry grumbling or complaining. She always was willing to do whatever was asked of her. She showed a good quality work ethic. It's going to be hard to fill your shoes on this team. I wish the best to you all. Do all that you're going to end up doing, Sherry. Thank you. I also wanted to say thank you to all the parents. Thank you for the fun season. It was a blast last night beating the players in rock, paper, scissors. I believe we would have won the game if we had one more chance, but apparently we got in trouble for being too loud for the meeting upstairs in the chapel last night. But thank you, players, for allowing me the opportunity to be your coach. I truly hope someday you will volunteer and pour your knowledge and life experiences into others as well. Thank you, guys.
All right, we have one final award to give out, and that is the Conquering Rider Award. We have one female winner each year and one male winner. And our Conquering Rider Award comes from Matthew 22:37. Jesus replied, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind." And specifically, one of the things that we want to honor with this award is a student athlete who is successful in their sport, but what they are doing even outside of that sport in their academics, but also their relationship with Christ and how they demonstrate that, how they walk that out, how they serve others. This award is meant to represent what we desire for an ACS student athlete to do and represent. And without any more words, I'll jump into our male Conquering Rider Award winner, Kedrick Chuck. All right, and our female winner of the Conquering Rider Award, Sherry Miller. I want to go ahead and just make a couple of announcements and send this out. We will be opening athletic registration. My hope is to do that by the end of this week, so look for that. We've been offering school and sport physicals here during the summer. That's something that we would be hoping to do again, so once again, look for that. If you have not already done so, please drop off uniforms. And then the last thing I wanted to say, many of you know we've had a tough last couple of weeks with the passing of Jamin Otto. And as I was thinking about closing out today's gathering, I didn't want to miss an opportunity to talk with our student athletes and to give you a charge to serve the Lord and to live each day in a way that Jalen did. For those of you who knew him well or didn't, one of the things that he truly represented was God's joy. Just lived his life in a way that brought joy to others. He had a smile on his face regardless of the situation. And as you guys head into the summer, I just want to encourage you to think about that. And to live in that way that honors him, but also honors the God that you serve. Bring joy wherever you go, and really, I think that would be an awesome way that all of us can honor Jalen's memory. So please join me in that, and also join me in praying for the Otto family, and continuing to reach out to them and support them the best that we can. So join me in prayer, and then when we do finish, you guys are welcome to head on out. So, Father God, we are so thankful for who you are, God. Thank you for being a God who loves us, who cares about us, and wants to be in relationship with us closely, God. We are thankful for this athletic program. We're thankful for each member, each family, each student athlete, each coach. God, I just pray that you would bless them, God. Wherever they go from here, God, bring them back safely. But God, also bless our seniors as they step into new adventures. We love you, and it's in your Son's name we pray. Amen. Thank you all. anybody would be willing to go ahead and just start stacking chairs along the side, that would be great as we make the transition for graduation ceremonies later this week.
I wanted to say that. still got the big banner, but I want to bring it Thursday because they want to take the team picture.